Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here, and today I'm going to be doing a book haul. So the first one is Bunheads, and this is by Sophie Flack. Now I have heard quite a lot about this over the last year I think, and I heard a lot of people really enjoyed it. I am not a ballerina and I've never been a ballerina, but I really enjoy the ballet and I really enjoy certain ballets, and I'm really fascinated by ballerinas and the type of lifestyle they have to lead and how they have to be really strict and regiment in what they do and their diet and their training schedule, much like any sport or art. And I'm just quite fascinated by it. This particular book covers the story of a 19-year-old ballerina. She's just starting her sort of career, and she loves ballet. In walks a boy with a guitar and perhaps throws this normalcy out of the window, and sort of first love ensues. So I think this will be a really nice contemporary romance. Next up is a beautiful naked hardback. Look at this. It's absolutely beautiful, and this came out in October. This, I believe, is the proof copy of A Pocket Full of Crows by Joanne Harris. I love Joanne Harris. You have probably heard of her books like Chocolat, and she wrote a fancy book called Rune Marks, and I just really adore her writing. So when Stevie mentioned this one, I was interested. It's a shorter book, a novella. It's signed, which is so lovely. And on the inside it says, prepare yourself for an unforgettable tale. And when Stevie told me about this, she said it's kind of like a fairy tale. It's written as a fairy tale, and it says, I am as brown can be, and my eyes as black as sloe. I'm as brisk can be, and wild as forest doe. So begins a beautiful tale of love, loss and revenge. Following the seasons, A Pocket Full of Crows balances youth and age, wisdom and passion, and draws on nature and folklore to weave a stunning modern mythology around a nameless wild girl. Inspired by the Brown Girl ballad, A Pocket Full of Crows is a dark fairy tale of love, magic, betrayal and revenge. So I can't wait to gobble this one up, and this time of year is just perfect. Another one which I'm going to be giving a go is The Inexplicable Logic of My Life by Benjamin Ellis-Saenz. I believe that's how we say it. And I have actually read Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, which I know a lot of people love. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't my favourite book. What I really enjoy that this author does is he takes a look at real lives and real situations that people might be facing. So in this story, our main character has always felt very secure in his family. He's from a Mexican-American family. He has a gay adoptive father, but something happens and both he starts to question what's going on in his life, as well as his friend Samantha, who starts to question things like faith and religion. And so I think this again is going to be covering some sort of hard-hitting topics, and I'm really excited to give this one a go. The next book is called See How They Lie by Sue Wollman. This sounds like it's going to be a little bit of a thriller. We're following our main character May, who's always grown up at this wellness retreat for teens where her father is a psychiatrist there, and he runs the facility. She's always sort of lived there and grown up there and not known anything different, and everyone in this retreat follows the rules, and that is sort of their way into becoming well. And one day May breaks the rules and then starts to question everything that's going on at this retreat, and maybe it's going to take a bit of a thrilling turn, I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. This is a beautiful book, just perfect for the Christmas time. It's sparkly, it's a naked hardback, and it's beautiful, and it is by Rainbow Rowell, one of my favourite authors. So this again is a short one. Oh, and beautiful end papers, these beautiful clocks on the front and the back. And it is, as I say, a novella. It says on the back, I need you to be my person. I need to see you and hear you. I need you to stay alive, and I need you to stop kissing other people just because they're standing next to you when the ball drops. This book contains Midnights and Kindred Spirits, 2 short stories brought together for the first time with stunning illustrations. So I'm looking forward to this one. Next up is a book that I saw on the shelves again when I was visiting Stevie, and also a friend recently, Elizabeth from Books and Pieces, told me she read this and really enjoyed it. And it's called Autonomous by Anneli Newitz. I have to admit, I don't know a lot about this. Autonomous is to biotech and AI what Neuromancer was to the internet, and something genuinely and thrillingly new, and that was from Neil Stevenson and William Gibson, so that's high praise indeed. So I look forward to seeing what I think of this one. A middle grade book which seems to be a book that everybody is getting excited about, including me, and that is Nevermore. I've heard lots of words bandied around about what this book is said to be the new. I'm not going to say it here because I think sometimes that can jinx it, but Nevermore, it says The Trials of Morrigan Crow by Jessica Townsend. So the blurb says, Morrigan Crow is cursed. Having been born on Eventide, the unluckiest day for any child to be born, she's blamed for the local misfortunes, from hailstorms to heart attacks, and worst of all, the curse means that Morrigan is doomed to die at midnight on her 11th birthday. But as Morrigan awaits her fate, a strange and remarkable man named Jupiter North appears. Chased by black smoke hounds and shadowy hunters on horseback, he whisks her away into the safety of a secret magical city called Nevermore. It's then that Morrigan discovers Jupiter has chosen her to contend for a place in the city's most prestigious organisation, the Wondrous Society. In order to join, she must compete in 4 difficult and dangerous trials against hundreds of other children, each boasting an extraordinary talent that sets them apart, an extraordinary talent that Morrigan insists she does not have. To stay in the safety of Nevermore for good, Morrigan will need to find a way to pass the tests, or she'll have to leave the city and confront her deadly fate once and for all. I'm really excited about this one. Next is a book which covers topics of mental health, I've been told, and that is A Taste of Blue Light by Lydia Ruffles. I think this looks gorgeous, and the front cover is blurbed by Louise O'Neill, who says it's beautiful, visceral, gripping. I loved it, which is high praise indeed. I love Louise O'Neill's writing. So in this book we're following a young girl. She's in hospital, she doesn't know why, she doesn't know what's happened over the summer, she can't remember. All she does know is that she's lucky, she's broken and she's an artist, but she can't remember anything else, and it's I get the feeling it's sort of a race against time to uncover the secrets, what she's blocked out or whatever's happened, and I think this just sounds brilliant, and I've heard it could be a bit of a tearjerker. And the final books that are out already is Joe Hill's 4 short stories in this big book called Strange Weather. So in the 4 short stories we're following 4 very different things. In Rain we're following a thunderstorm that is going across the country, but instead of raining rain and water, it's raining nails. In Loaded we're following a security guard who manages to become a hero when a loaded gunman goes into the shopping mall and he stops him. In Snapshot we're following a young boy who is threatened and pursued by a tattooed thug who owns a Polaroid camera that can steal memories. And in Aloft we follow a young man who goes parachuting for the first time and ends up being whisked away onto a cloud, which is a solid cloud. It sounds weird and wonderful and interesting, and I'm really looking forward to reading this collection. And now for a few books that won't be out until the new year. The first is a book called Shell by Paula Rawsthorne, and this comes out in January. In this book our young protagonist wakes up, she has cancer, and she wakes up cancer-free only to find that her brain and eyes have been transplanted into a different body. This book is inspired by Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. The next book, the author should be known by everyone, I believe, and that's Kristen Hanna, and this book is called The Great Alone. Kristen wrote The Nightingale, which is a book I really am interested in reading. The blurb of this just made me so excited, and this comes out in February. It says, Alaska 1974, untamed, unpredictable, a story of a family in crisis struggling to survive at the edge of the world. It's also a story of young and enduring love. Cora Albright and her husband Ernst, a recently returned Vietnam veteran scarred by the war, uproot their 13-year-old daughter Lenny to start a new life in Alaska. Utterly unprepared for the weather and the isolation, but welcomed by the close-knit community, they fight to build a home in this harsh, beautiful wilderness. At once an epic story of human survival and love, and a celebration of the remarkable and enduring strength of women, The Great Alone offers an unforgettable glimpse into a vanishing way of life in America. This sounds like a great read, and definitely one for those winter months. The next one intrigues me. It's called Only Child by Rhiannon Navin, and on the front of the proof it says Pop 1, Pop 2, Pop 3. This comes out in March 2018, and the blurb says, "The day a gunman came to 6-year-old Zach's school, it destroyed the world. Putting it back together again will be hard, but when you're 6, everything's possible, even forgiveness." So I think this is going to be a bit of a sad book, but maybe one with some hope in there. And the final book is definitely one I've heard about recently on BookTube, and that is Children of Blood and Bone by Tommy Adeyemi, and this comes out as well in March 2018, and this is a proof copy. This is a really highly anticipated fantasy novel and has already been optioned for a motion picture. It says on the here, Zélie Adebola remembers when the soil of Orisha hummed with magic. Burners ignited flames, tiders beckoned waves, and Zélie's reaper mother summoned forth souls. But everything changed the night magic disappeared. Under the orders of a ruthless king, Magi were targeted and killed, leaving Zélie without a mother and her people without hope. Now Zélie has one chance to bring back magic and strike against the monarchy. With the help of a rogue princess, Zélie must outwit and outrun the crown prince, who is hell-bent on eradicating magic for good. Danger lurks in Orisha, where snow leopards prowl and vengeful spirits wait in the waters. Yet the greatest danger may be Zélie herself, as she struggles to control her powers and her growing feelings for an enemy. This is quite a big one, but I think it just sounds like a really good fantasy and right up my street, so I can't wait. There's so much to be excited about. There's loads of books here that I can't wait to pick up, loads of books that I can't wait to share with you my thoughts on nearer the time to their release, and yeah, just some really great books to be getting stuck in with at this end of the year. I am so thankful to have been sent these books, and I look forward to hearing if any of these pique your interest as they do mine. Anyway, I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now, BookTube.